watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, rise and grind DMV. It's Saturday morning, and boys, it's shaping out to be a beautiful day out there, but things change heading into your Sunday. So we'll talk about that forecast in a few.
And we're following the investigation into a gunshot victim. They were found in a metro station. The details on that case up ahead. And we'll have what police say you should be on the lookout for after a string of Facebook marketplace robberies. Plus, a Prince George's County corporal is out of jail after being the first officer in county history to be charged with murdering a suspect while on duty. We have the next steps in his case up ahead. And taking a live look over D.C. right now, this is facing towards the Capitol. You can see it's shaping up to be a beautiful day today. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Lex Juarez. I'm in for Tosin Fakile this morning. We'll get right to our top stories in just a few minutes. But first, we're going to head straight to Brittany. She's going to tell us about this beautiful day that we have coming up ahead.
Yeah, today definitely the pick of the weekend, because come tomorrow, we are going to be seeing some soggy conditions. So satellite and radar kind of showing you the entire DMV over the last couple of hours. We had some passing clouds off to our south. We're slowly start to see a clearing in our skies, and a mixture of sun and clouds through much of the day will be the trend. Now we are going to be keeping our eye out on this storm system off to the west. This will be pushing through as we head through your day tomorrow, bringing us some soggy conditions as well as gusty winds. And we could also see some wintry precipitation, mainly further off into those mountain counties. So stepping out the door right now, temperatures not too bad at all. Still on the chillier side, especially as you head further off along the Allegheny front. We're seeing those temperatures at freezing to below freezing, 28 currently in Woodstock. Here in the nation's capital, we're seeing them in the upper 30s. 32 is the current temperature there in Hagerstown. But don't worry, as we head through your afternoon, we start to see those highs warm up back into the 50s, holding on to that mixture of sun and clouds. And then we're in the 60s tomorrow, but we are tracking a soaker storm system as it rolls through much of your day tomorrow and even for portions of your Sunday. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at the timing of the storm in that 8-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks so much, Brittany. Well, developing now, D.C. police are searching for the person who shot a teenager at the Petworth Metro Station on Friday. Now, our Daniel Hamburg reports from that metro station there in Petworth with what we know so far.
The west entrance behind me was closed for about 3 hours this afternoon as police investigated. They were called here around 2:45 p.m. and they found a teen boy shot in the unpaid mezzanine area just before the fair gates.
I was getting off the train, I just heard a commotion, and I just seen a guy just laid out with his butt kind of out, shoes everywhere. And I just seen the police rushing.
Metro Transit police say the teen was followed into the station by the suspect just before the shooting. And when officers got there, they found him with a gunshot wound to the hip.
It is a little bit worrying, especially because I only live half a block away from the Metro.
Locals are fed up with the violence.
The city need a change. They need to stop the violence. There's a lot of things going on in the community. We need to bring funding in the community. That's why I'm starting a basketball training league for Washington, D.C. because the kids need something to do.
In the meantime, police presence is a concern for some.
I see police quite frequently, yes, in their squad cars outside the Metro.
Several people told me off camera they want to see more officers actually inside the station.
I wish something would be done. I wish our elected officials would do something about it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I hope the kid makes a full recovery.
Now, the boy is expected to be okay. Police say he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They are still looking for that suspect. In Northwest, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Well, Prince George's County Police have arrested a man who they say shot and killed a person in a road rage incident that happened last Thursday. Investigators arrested Michael Darrington. They say that on November the 30th, he was on Oxon Hill Road when he shot and killed Nerys Rodriguez. This was in a fit of road rage, according to police. Darrington is being charged with murder. And we have some metro station closures this weekend to tell you about on the Red Line. Shuttle buses will be replacing trains between Shady Grove and Grosvenor for track work. On the Green Line, trains are going to be on a single track. That's going to be between U Street and Georgia Avenue Petworth Station. And this is also that crews can replace platform lighting. That means that trains are going to be running every 16 minutes. The blue, orange, silver, and yellow lines will be running on normal service. Well, we as shoppers will sometimes refer to prices at the stores as highway robbery, but one person is taking this a step further, and there's been a string of actual robberies, all of them tied to Facebook Marketplace. Police say that the suspect is luring all of those victims to one location. Our Marielle Carbone is following the story for us from Northeast DC.
Police say 19-year-old Elijah Porter was posing as both a buyer and seller on Facebook Marketplace and then arranging to meet his victims here on Orange Street Northeast, where he would then rob them. Now, this scheme is known as social media platform robbery. Tonight, police are sharing ways you can protect yourself from becoming a victim.
My personal safety is number one.
So Jermaine Frank says he always takes precautions when meeting a stranger to buy or sell items listed on social media.
I go to police precincts, mainly, always.
But that's not the case for everyone. According to police, 4 separate robberies happened here on Orange Street Northeast over the last 6 weeks, all tied to sales arranged on Facebook Marketplace.
So the victim drives down there to make this exchange, and of course, he's then robbed.
Police arrested 19-year-old Elijah Porter for all 4 robberies. MPD is now encouraging people to take advantage of their safe exchange zones set up at all 7 police precincts.
We would rather you meet somewhere like that and have this happen safely than have you become a victim.
Commander Sylvan Altieri says people can arrange to meet inside a police building or out in the parking lot.
Even if you don't feel comfortable with law enforcement, even if you don't want to be around police, you can still use our facilities.
That's a crazy use of Facebook Marketplace.
Kat Overland lives in the Trinidad neighborhood where the robberies occurred. And while she says she's never had an issue with online exchanges, she is always cautious.
But I do try to meet people in a public place. Yeah. Like a metro stop.
And I asked the commander what other suspicious signs to look for when arranging an exchange, but he really says location is key. He tells me a good rule of thumb, if the person won't meet you at a police station, you probably shouldn't move forward with that sale. Reporting in Northeast tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Well, Prince George's County Corporal, Michael Owen is a free man today. He was released from custody yesterday, and that's according to his lawyer. Owen was acquitted of murder charges on Wednesday. A jury found him not guilty in the 2020 deadly shooting of William Green right here on your screen. Owen was accused of shooting and killing Green as he was handcuffed in the front seat of a patrol car. Owen is the first officer in county history to be charged with murdering a suspect while on duty. He's been suspended without pay since his arrest in 2020. The Prince George's County Police Department says that their internal administrative review is ongoing. Well, in Berkeley County, West Virginia, the sheriff is stepping down later this month. He's accused of interfering with an investigation into his daughter's car crash. DC News Now's Stephen Cohen reports it's all part of a plea agreement with a special prosecutor.
Pretty soon here in Berkeley County, there will be a new sheriff in town.
Sheriff Nathan Harmon announced Thursday that December 26 will be his last day in office. The sheriff faced 4 misdemeanor charges back in November, stemming from a January car wreck his daughter had after leaving a Martinsburg bar. State police allege he interfered with their investigation at the scene. Sheriff Harmon said he rushed to the scene not so much in his capacity as sheriff, but as a concerned father. DC News Now spoke to Sheriff Nathan Harmon back in October.
An officer has to suspect some type of intoxication, or that alcohol or something, maybe drugs, were involved. And if there's no suspicion of that, then there will be no preliminary breath test. There will be no field sobriety test.
But state police say Harmon deleted or concealed GPS tracking data they were investigating. And in the community, Debbie Carroll says it is unfortunate for the county.
Our elected officials should all be held to accountability, and when even it's a time of personal issue, they need to do the right thing.
When indicted, Harmon told DC News Now that he had faith the justice system would clear him of the charges. Harmon is also charged with lying to state troopers about a breath test administered to his daughter. As part of the plea agreement, the state is recommending he be fined $500.
And the Berkeley County Commission has passed a resolution calling for the sheriff to step aside. Reporting from Martinsburg, Stephen Cohen, DC News Now.
Well, there's no place like home for the holidays, but what happens when your home is moved inside another home? A family in Lexington, Kentucky recently found out themselves when an unwanted guest nestled in their Christmas tree. Christina Spadici shows us who was found.
A decades-long tradition takes a turn.
Every year. Love it. We pick it out as a family.
When Santa showed up early to the White's house, but with a present the Lexington family did not expect.
I was shocked. I was so stunned.
Rocking around their Christmas tree was an owl, the baby bird blending in with the branches, going undetected for 4 days.
I have 3 dogs. We use this room nonstop, watch TV, kitchen's right here. No indication.
The first person to spot the feathered fellow was Bobby Hayes while the Whites weren't home.
The owl was literally sitting on a lower limb here.
Hayes owns Magic Carpet Cleaning. After plugging in a piece of equipment, he noticed the tree sway and the owl on the prowl.
It crawled up into the tree further, and as it was in the tree further, it took me several minutes to even find it.
Grabbing the bird in the nick of time, he sent this photo to Michelle.
Thought he'd put a stuffed animal or an ornament in. So I called him immediately. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? And he was like, no.
Michelle now telling Chris Kringle to put Hayes on the nice list, because if she instead found the owl, she'd be hooting and hollering into the new year.
I would have left the house. The owl could have stayed without me. I wasn't coming home.
Without injuring the baby bird, Hayes made the wise choice to release the owl in the family's backyard. Sure, it was pining for a wooded place once again.
Everybody's going to be able to have a Merry Christmas now.